everybody. Here we're back to the second edition of our podcast, American Ultra Stock. I'm joined today here by Brennan, Leo, Arjun, and
Hello.
Akil. How are you guys doing?
We good.
Good. Very
Yeah,
good.
we're good. Yeah.
All right, cool. So should we start off with the U20s, the World Cup in general, not just yesterday's match because it's pretty depressing, but what are your guys' thoughts on the competition as a whole? Which players stood out to you? Can be used in the Gold Cup perhaps, or just the match yesterday in general?
We should go one by one. So
Yeah.
All right, match yesterday. First reaction from you guys.
Braden, you
All
want
right,
to start?
personally, I didn't watch the match yesterday, so I can't judge on that one.
Yeah.
But I can judge on the
Cheers,
other
Leo.
ones.
Cheers.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, the first goal then. Let's go into specifics. Arjun, what did you think of the first goal?
First goal. Okay, so it was mainly a defensive error, and we lost the ball in the midfield, sloppy passing, and then Che tried to slide tackle, completely missed it. Like terrible decision. He was like on the wings. He could have tried to force him out wide, keep him there, maybe wait for help to come, but he just tried to slide in, and and he got burnt. And then Winder wasn't tracking his man properly, and Craig was in La La Land. Just simple cross back, and they scored. I mean, first goal, I wasn't as mad as the second goal. I'll tell you that. First goal was preventable, but the second goal was a joke. So that's all I got to say.
All right, Brandon, Akil, what did you guys think of that first goal? I know it's bad to just finger point and say, hey, it's this guy's fault, but
It's pretty hard to finger point.
Yeah.
I think it was Craig who got a bad touch on it that went back, and then it started from Shea missing that slide tackle, and then we
Yeah.
just fell apart.
Yeah, I don't think we can blame one person in particular for that. I think the whole back line is to blame because
Yeah.
all three center backs were not doing their jobs, and
That one
Selena couldn't
drop.
really do anything.
Yeah, that one drop in focus just cost us the whole game.
And it was
Personally, I think Justin Che though he had a good World Cup though. So I mean,
Yeah,
it's
he had a
kinda
good
hard
tournament.
just to
yeah.
finger
Yeah.
point him just for one mistake.
Yeah.
It's unfair to finger point as well because up to that point, I don't know if it's just my biased opinion, but I thought we weren't looking bad. We were looking
we were threatening, and even the commentators were saying it. If someone was going to score, it was more likely going to be us. But it was just one lapse in concentration, and I think it was the same thing for the second goal too. Just two stupid preventable errors ended the game.
But that happened as well against Netherlands though in the proper World Cup for USA. Same thing.
Yeah. I mean, it is like looking back after that goal, like they had a good spell, I think. Correct me, guys, if I'm wrong, because I was pretty emotional watching the game. Just really mad when we conceded that goal because they looked like they had a good spell of 5 to 10 minutes pressuring us. We calmed down the storm. Didn't create necessarily anything, but we weren't looking bad at all before that. And it's bad to finger point. It's unfair to just put it on Che. He did have a good World Cup. Just like Winder, like it's unfair to say he had a bad tournament just because of one lapse in concentration, but it did cost us. You're right. I don't think that we would have lost that game if we just kept it. If we go into halftime 0-0, I'm pretty sure we would have won that game.
Yeah, I agree.
We can't forget that this is a youth tournament. Like this won't really affect how our players develop in the future.
If anything, they can learn from their mistakes.
Yeah, exactly.
That's true.
Yeah. Not trying to sound like a loser, but it is like the most important things out of these tournaments is not even the win itself, the result in itself is just the experience you get out of it.
Yeah.
So I don't think if we win this, it means that much. Honestly, it's nice to get the winning feeling, but if we get more lessons out of this, if this helps these guys build their character for the future with this result more than winning this, I think it's more valuable because what really matters is the senior side.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I agree.
So here's my issue. Here's my issue with this. After first goal was scored. So I said like before, I mean, I wasn't that irritated by the way the goal was scored. I mean, it was preventable, but it wasn't like a big deal. What made me mad the most was how we reacted to that goal. Right after that goal went in, I could tell like we were slouching, we were walking around, our body language was completely terrible. We were like playing on like low power mode. It was like it looked terrible. Like there was no drive, there was no confidence. We just looked like a beaten team after one goal. That's what made me the most mad.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right, we get to
Yeah.
halftime. Who are you guys thinking and looking to inspire this team for the second half before the entire second half happens? Which I think it was even before the second goal. Just a really bad half. Who are you guys looking to as your hope for that game?
For me, it was Jonathan Gomez, especially like that impact he had in the first game.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Holiday. Not trying to put him down, but it was a clear drop in quality, honestly.
Mhm. Well, I liked the change that Mikey Varas made with Kevin Paredes coming on for Owen Wolf because I didn't think Wolf had really done anything in the first half. And the right side as a whole was pretty bad with him and Halliday. Obviously, I think I would have brought on Gomez earlier, like Akil said.
Yeah, yeah, those are good suggestions. And like Varas had good game plan. His formation was really good. I liked it the whole tournament. The 3-4-2-1 box midfield. That's one of my favorite formations in this modern day era. But the players, I don't think they just weren't cut out for it. Like Holiday, the right and left need a dynamic, fast, good dribbler who's willing to who has a quality to burn the opposition and get tracked back and put a couple of tackles in. Holiday, I think he'd be better suited as more of a defensive right back, not someone who has to bomb up the field because he clearly did not have the attacking capabilities. But Holiday, I watched Orlando City. He's a really good defender, but Orlando plays in a 4-back, okay? With him on a 3-back and him, again, like I said, trusting going up and down, it just wasn't cut out for that. And I think Wiley also had not a good game at all. And that's just my opinion. I think Wiley was losing the ball a lot, and which is disappointing because he was really good the whole tournament. He's one of our best talents. So, yeah, that's why I think.
I think he also fits the formation pretty well as well because obviously he's played both left back and left wing. And he can get up and get back. So I think the formation suits him. I don't know what it was that caused him to have a bad game, but yeah.
It's lack of confidence, like the whole team. Like we got there, even then, like the war. This is like a thought in the back of my head. In like the national anthem when the cameras was panning across the players, Uruguay were all together. They looked like their eyes looked like they wanted it. We were like, Vargas was just putting his head down like this, and and he was actually one of the better players. But you look at the body language of the USA players versus the Uruguay players. We looked so we even from the beginning we looked disjointed. We looked like kind of like heads down, like what's happening,
Yeah, I don't know if. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I think we were way too overconfident based on the easy run we had so far, and I think when we conceded that first goal, obviously we hadn't conceded in any of our other games. I think it kind of just shocked us a little bit because it was a new experience trailing, and obviously we did not have the preferred response. We kind of just gave up, I would say, and it was only after the second goal went in that we kind of woke up and realized, okay, we actually need to go attack this, but nothing was working out after that, and it's too late.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was feeling. Like we've never been in a situation in this tournament where we've been trailing, and like Uruguay, they looked a much better team. They looked more together than us. I think that played a key role in like how we couldn't come back from that.
That's exactly what I was going to say, Brendan, before you said it. And like Q mentioned, we hadn't faced the situation before in the tournament, and it showed. As well as, I don't know if the overconfidence was with the players as well, but I really don't understand why Varas didn't start Gomez, honestly. I don't know if it was a fitness issue. It would surprise me because these guys are young. Like, it's not like he had gone out with a cramp the game before or something like that. I don't understand if maybe he wasn't a little bit overconfident that with Holiday we could get away with it. And again, hindsight's a wonderful thing, but that first chance when Wiley crosses the ball and it passes just right in front of Holiday, I don't know, maybe if that's Joe Gomez, that's 1-0 and it's a completely different game.
And it's the same thing as the actual World Cup too, when Pulisic had that early chance against the Netherlands. If he had just finished it, completely different game.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
All right, to this.
And the same with the lapse in concentration too. Whenever Dumfries crossed that ball and remember the back post, it was just completely unmarked. Dumfries, you just see how to tap in.
Yeah. And on the second half, what did you guys make of it? I really don't know what to say. I'm just gonna give props to Luna. I think Luna was the one guy trying to make things happen. You guys know I'm not his biggest fan. I'm not too high on him ever making the senior side, but props to him. He showed fight. Honestly, I think that second half he can leave with his head held high and.
Yeah. So I mean, I've been watching.
Player. Oh wait, what were you gonna say, Arjun?
Oh, I was gonna say I've been watching.
You go first.
Thank you, man. Yeah. I've been watching Luna since 2021, right? In El Paso, and like he always looked like he was up. Like he always looked like he was gonna be a good player. And like Yuri said, yeah, I mean, he was one of the best players in that night. So the second half was what actually got me hopeful of the future and like maybe this game was just like a lapse of concentration and mentality issue. Because then we woke up, like Braden said, we woke up and decided to actually go and attack, But the first half of the second half, we looked probably the worst we've looked in a while. Like we just looked like we didn't care at all. We looked like we just didn't care, and that's what kind of irked me. But I think it's like a mentality issue. It's like we weren't there before, and like when we got there, we felt like the weight of the world just came down on our shoulders. Like, oh man, we're in this situation. We don't know what to do. So yeah, you guys all said good points. That's my point.
I think as well the way that the second goal happened kind of just sums up how we were playing to start the second half. Like it's just a calamity of errors, with obviously Winder's horrible deflection back, and then Slanina just not a great effort to catch it. I think that was the spark. It made us realize like how bad we were really playing. But we needed to have that mentality coming out of halftime, and not starting like 70th minute.
Yeah, I just couldn't understand what Winder was trying to do. Like the ball was there to be cleared, but it looked like he just sat on the ball and went in. So
and jumping on to what you just said, Akil, I'm not trying to defend Zelenina, but I have some sympathy for him because I don't think he could have ever predicted that Winder was going to do that. Like he could have, he should have still stopped it, honestly, but. Yeah, I think his mistake's a little bit more understandable. And hey, like Winder, he didn't have a bad tournament. Terrible, unexcusable moment. But yeah, at least we showed a little bit of fight, like Arjun said, towards the last 20 minutes. But that's expected too. We're losing 2-0. We have to go for it. I'm just gonna look at Varas, who I think was really on point throughout the entire tournament. I wonder what his halftime talk was because, like you guys said, right after we come out to the second half, that's the worst we ever looked, and we looked hopeless too. Our players just looked hopeless. We lost Leo there.
Leo just did.
Yeah.
What happened?
We'll see if he joins back.
Yeah. We
can keep going, especially since he didn't watch
on a
the
potato.
Yeah.
But yeah, as a whole, the competition as a whole, as we were going to discuss as well.
Hey, there he is.
That's bad.
Nice. General thoughts on the whole competition. Which players do you guys think? If you had to make a top 3 most impressive performance in this U20, who would you guys pick? Top 3. I know it's unfair, but if you had to name 3 guys that stood out to you.
Well, for me.
All right, I'll let Arjun
start.
Yeah, you guys go first. You guys go. Hold on. I got something to do real quick. You guys go first.
Okay. Akil, you can start.
All right. I'll say Luna, Craig, and third one's pretty hard, but Cal.
That's fair.
Nice. Is that in that order specifically, or?
No. My order would be Craig surprised me the most, Luna, and then Cal. Because, like, I had confidence in Cal going into this.
Yeah, I think he was the most experienced on a, like, pro level. He's been playing pro the longest.
Yeah. Who did you pick?
Well, for me, anyway, it was... all right, yeah.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead, Leo. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Leo, go ahead.
All right, yeah, well, for me, the no specific order, but it'd definitely be Luna, Cowell, and McGlynn for the three top performers. But like Akil said, Craig, he was definitely a surprise. I didn't think he would be as good as he was. I watched all the games except for the Uruguay game, so I can't really judge it on that one. But for the run-up, definitely McGlynn, Luna, and Cowell. They were the top 3 for me.
For me,
I thought Luna had like really, really good dribbling,
Yeah.
And
He's
he always like got involved, and he always like tried to make chances. He was always like the most energetic of the whole team. He looked like this guy can do something. Like maybe we will score. But then again, Cowell, he had some great finishes, and Luna's finishing kind of let him down at times as well.
Yeah.
For me, I think it's similar players. I would say Craig, McGlynn, and Cowell. Because for Luna, he kind of showed me what I've been seeing from him. Like, not that that's a bad thing. Obviously, he was very good, but I knew what he could do. Cowell, before the tournament, I was saying that he didn't really have much skill. He's like a physicality merchant, but that one solo goal he scored was world class, and I didn't know he had that in his locker, in all honesty. So he surprised me there. And McGlynn, all of his passes, at least like 90% of them, were on point. Like the way he broke the lines with his through balls was incredible. And Craig as well, his distribution from center back is something I haven't seen from honestly anyone in a long time. And especially considering that he doesn't usually play at all for the Union, I was really surprised to see how good he was.
Okay.
Yeah, and
so
it's so
me,
beneficial. It's so beneficial to have a player like Brandon Craig, like in the modern day, especially as a ball playing center back.
Yeah, it's another outlet. It's completely changes the entire dynamic. It's amazing.
Yeah, and having a center back that could come up and take free kicks and corners is unheard of.
Yeah, but for me, I would say my top three, that most surprised me would be Cowell, Luna, but not McGlynn, because I expected that from McGlynn, because I already knew McGlynn was going to be class.
That's fair.
Yeah, I was going to say a person who surprised me in a good way the most would be like, aside from the last game, Holiday. And it's such a hot take. I know, it's such a hot take.
No, I kind of agree with that.
Holiday actually was good this tournament, except for that last game where his pressure got to his head. I really liked Holiday. Not going forward that much, but defensively and like in possession, in transition, he was really good. I liked him.
For me, he was okay in the group stage, but like that was against weak opponents, and like I knew like I just felt like we had better players in that position.
Yeah,
like when the Uruguay game came around, like I was right in the end.
I know that, but like I'm saying, he surprised me in a good. I really
that's fair.
Knew very little about Holiday coming into this, and I was like, let's see how he performs, and he balled out. So,
and I think especially since he wasn't supposed to initially be on the roster, obviously he was only there because Cuevas got hurt.
Yeah,
I think it was.
Exactly. Yeah. So he surprised me.
Yeah, for me, it would be McGlynn. I knew he was good, but honestly, I was surprised on how good he was. Honestly, his line breaking passes, his control, composure as well. Because I remember the Ecuador game, at times he would be surrounded and just so calm on the ball. I think one of the reasons why we had a poor game yesterday is because he was a little bit quiet. Not saying he had a bad game, but it's kind of that thing where the guy, one of the main guys in the team, is not having a good day. The rest of the team consequently doesn't do that as well.
Yeah.
So McGlynn, I'm not gonna say Cowell because I always rated him. Partly because I like the Earthquakes better than LA Galaxy or LAFC, and I'm from California, so I always root for the guy. But surprising me, McGlynn, Craig, amazing. I'm just going to say the corners were amazing. Great at set pieces, but I don't think that's realistically going to translate to the pro level. So I don't know how I feel about that. But yeah, like you guys said, amazing outlet, changes the dynamic of the team. You can see he's the guy that really organizes the others on the field, and he had a really, really solid tournament. I would say like an A+ tournament for him. And the last guy, Luna, for sure. Dude, I'll be honest, I don't watch Luna that much, so my expectations for him weren't as high, and he showed he's not only energetic, but he's silky on the ball. Beautiful dribbling.
Yep.
All right. Should we move on to the FA Cup and Poco finals, or would you guys like to add anything else?
No, let's move on. Let's move on.
Or maybe like, who do you guys think or like want to see in the USMNT in the future, the senior team?
Or maybe like
who
this summer as well, even in the Gold Cup.
Yeah, for Gold Cup.
Yeah,
would you
Gold
guys
Cup
call up
Gold Cup, I'm saying right now, McGlynn, Cowell.
Cowell.
Yeah, definitely McGlynn deserves a call up.
He deserves
I'd say
it, yeah, for
Obed.
sure.
I'd say
I'll
Obed
call-
and
yeah.
McGlynn.
No, not Obed. Right? He's only 17. I won't call
Yeah,
him
but still,
Yeah.
playing like someone who'd play at the senior level.
Yeah, I know.
He has a good footballing IQ.
That's true, but I still won't call him up.
I think we just have a lot of midfielders as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, but
And
Obed's
Paxton,
special,
too.
though.
Yeah, Paxton definitely needs to look in.
And
Yeah.
like Perez and Paxton, I mean, those are like the two players those are like a guaranteed. Like I need to see them at that World Cup.
Yeah,
But-
they're.
Yeah.
I think it's fair to say those two guys, Paxton and Paredes, not only because of their clubs, but what they've shown in the past. They're like borderline crossing that U20 level. They're already like senior players, basically.
Yeah.
I think they should be looked upon by our staff as senior players. But I think McGlynn has earned through this tournament, like he has his stock definitely raised. So it's fair to say that now he's in contention for a Gold Cup place. I'll call him up. I don't know if they'll do that. I don't even know who our coach is going to be, but I'll
Yeah,
call
that's
him up.
true.
And the thing
Well,
that
he deserves
does
the call
disappoint
up,
me-
and
Go ahead, Leo.
he deserves the call up anyway. And he's and Ireland are also like the FAI. They're trying to get him, so it would be stupid if USA senior team doesn't just go all out for him, because if we don't show him the respect that he deserves, you just don't know, he could just decide to leave. But he obviously wants USA senior team, but he needs to get the call ups, or just like Balogun, he could just leave.
Yeah, that's why I'm so disappointed with our coaching. Like the way the USSF is going about on the coach, I don't think the coach that we appoint after BJ would have watched the U20s. So therefore, he's not going to know much about these guys that had a good tournament. I really doubt that if we go out for a big name, somewhat big name, he wouldn't have watched the U20s. So
Yeah.
he's probably not going to call up McGlynn. But McGlynn definitely earned his stock to go up and be in contention for a Gold Cup.
I think it's worth mentioning as well. I just checked the Gold Cup preliminary roster. McGlynn was not on there, and I said this he was not. And I said this on the first podcast as well. Paxton Aronson also is not on there.
Yeah, I remember you mentioning that. That's honestly no reason behind that could justify it in my opinion. But
yeah.
Moving on to the FA Cup, guys, in Poco.
Yep, let's go.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
so
real quick, who watched the FA Cup?
I watched it.
I watched it.
Yeah, I'm a United
All right, so-
fan.
Nice. Since you guys watched it, what's your initial reaction to the result, the game as a whole, and any reason, any specific things that you think justify the result? Do you think it was deserved or?
Yeah, I think the result was deserved.
I can speak on this because I'm a United fan, and just the first 10 seconds being a goal was just like, it's just crazy, and it never really happens. And there was no mistake. It was just Man City was quality. Literally 4 passes put together, and Gundogan just scored an absolute screamer from outside the box, a volley. 10 that's just 1 out of 100. No other player would ever really score a goal like that. And then after Gundogan scored that goal, it kind of just put United's heads down, and we luckily got back into it with a harsh penalty on Grealish. And then we were back in the game for a little while, but it was just Man City the whole game. They deserved it. They're a better team. Just
All right,
short
Leo,
and simple.
Since you're a
minute
United
1.
fan, go ahead, Akil. I'm sorry.
Yeah, minute 1 is like the place where you can make the most mistakes. You have the least concentration. Like 1 lapse in concentration in that 1 minute could cost you the whole game. And like we saw that because City played a long ball. It deflected off, I think. I don't remember who it deflected off of, but then it just fell to Gundogan. He just hit it. It was crazy. It's
think it was one of the
1 in a
center-backs.
million. Yeah, Lindelof, I think.
Yeah, I think it was.
I could be wrong.
Yes,
So-
Like you
Yeah.
need to keep your heads up the entire game if you want to be a world-class team.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
United and City, I mean, the thing with United and City is City weren't going 100%. And you can tell they weren't at their best. They were kind of, for many parts of the game they were coasting. In that first 10 seconds,
No, I definitely disagree with that.
Really,
because for me it was more like City were at their best, but United were also at their best, and we were pressing them. We were pressing them hard the whole game.
Yeah, bro.
And we
I'm gonna be honest.
we didn't really allow them. We didn't really allow them to play their game to their highest ability.
That's true, but City were also like it didn't look good. They were messing up passes that were simple passes. They were choosing the wrong option. They were crossing a lot. I mean, City were not their best, and like United were playing really well to stifle them, but City were not their best, and I could tell that. And I think most people could tell that.
Leo, so since you're a United fan, would you say this was a good season, great season, 1 through 10? What would you grade it? And if you had won the FA Cup, would it be significantly better? I was going to ask all of you guys, what's the weight of the FA Cup nowadays? If you guys think it's an S tier, A tier trophy. But first, Leo, what would you grade this season?
Well, the season, consistently wise, it was pretty poor. We had a great run where we almost were actually in the title race, and it just fell apart after one game. And then after that, the whole season kind of fell apart. And we won the EFL Cup. That's not a huge trophy. The FA Cup is normally like a B tier trophy, but just because this was the opportunity to kill off the treble for Man City, for us, it would have made it a 10 out of 10 season. But since we failed to do that, I mean, now it's in Man City's hands to win the treble. If they win the treble, for us as a United fan, probably 6 out of 10 season. Like, it's not. We just won one trophy. We qualified. We got third place in the Premier League. I mean, but that's normal for United. That's what we should be aiming for. So it's about
an opposing club,
maybe 7
an
out of 10
opposing club winning an opposing club winning the treble, like that doesn't relate to your performance though. If they win the treble, because like they would have done the double over you if they didn't win the Champions League, and like if they didn't win it or if they win it, it doesn't matter for United, in my opinion.
But it does matter for United because we lost, you know.
Like
so we
you
failed.
As a team and as a season.
No, but like he's
you
saying, like,
but we
he's
lost
saying,
match. Even if it was against Fulham, it doesn't matter. Like, we still lost, so the season automatically goes down. And since we lost it to our rivals and we give them the treble, it's a significant loss to how good our season could have ended.
No, but I think he's saying like how many trophies Man City win compared to you shouldn't affect your season. Like if you lost the FA Cup, it should be an equal like loss for even if it was City or like if it was Fulham, it should be equal.
Like
loss.
if they win the Champions League, that shouldn't affect you.
But like if we would have won, it would have been probably like an 8 out of 10 season. Two trophies, third place. You know, that's a good season.
Yeah. That's a really good season. Yeah.
But we didn't do that. So it's like, I mean, it's not a great season.
And you still qualified for top 4.
Yeah. I was going to ask Akil, on the weight of the FA Cup, you as a Chelsea fan, let's say go back. I know you had a horrible season. I think that's an understatement.
Yeah.
Go back to August. Someone offers you make the Champions League or win the FA Cup. You can only pick one of those. Which one would you pick?
We need to make the Champions League every year. That's the standard for the club. But it's been ruined since the new owners came in.
Can you really blame all of them? I think they went
all
out. No planning, but
there's no planning in the transfer market. Like they just bought a ton of players worth 600 million and expected to do something with a manager who doesn't even have a plan. And then after they sacked that manager, they hired Frank Lampard, who was doing horrible at Everton. He almost relegated them. We couldn't even get a proper coach after he left. So like that just sealed our season. We couldn't get any European football after that. Like we're losing left, right, and center. This isn't the standard for the club.
Yeah.
And so as well, you can obviously blame the results on the players or the manager, but at the end of the day, it all comes back to the owners because they're the ones who are buying the players, hiring the managers, and all the players that were bought. There was way too many players at the club. Not enough were sold. and the players that were bought weren't necessarily ones that the manager specifically requested. So you kind of left Potter in an unfair situation.
Yeah. Sacking Tuchel at the start, that was the biggest problem.
Yeah,
that's the biggest mistake the owners have made. Like, just because he didn't agree with their future plans, it doesn't mean you should just sack him. He's a world-class manager. He won us the Champions League. It's just not fair.
Well, I mean, like, you can see the significant drop from whenever Abramovich left Chelsea and then Todd came in. You could just see automatically the club fell apart the minute he left. That's the sign of a great owner and a bad owner.
Yeah. I wouldn't write Todd off yet, because like he has a lot of time to prove himself. He's building a long-term project. He's gonna buy a few other clubs and create a network, and like for developing players, he's gonna loan out some of our academy players and some of the ones we bought to like a club in Portugal that we might invest in, or a club in Brazil that we might invest in, and like we can make money off that too.
Just going back to the FA Cup, it's not necessarily directly with the game, but after City won it, how confident are you guys that they're going to do the treble?
Very confident.
Yeah, 100%. There's no way they lose to Inter.
Nah.
I'm saying 80%. I'm saying 80%. Listen, like,
nah.
If Lukaku has a master
class, just like, nah.
Hey,
Lukaku's not going to do it.
Guys,
I'm sorry.
Class, bro.
I'm sorry.
Nah, because Inter Milan, everybody writes them off. I mean, yeah, Man City's so much clear of them. But Inter Milan were getting written off in the group stage. They were in a group with Barcelona
and Bayern
Munich. Yeah, so
they still got
who
out
would
of
have thought
it,
they would have got through? You know, they got through that, and now they're in the Champions League final. This means so much to them. I mean, it just means equally as much to Man City. But it'll be a good game. It's like one game, 90 minutes. Inter Milan has a good defense. If they don't concede in the first 20 minutes, it's anybody's game.
Yeah. Here's what I'm saying.
It's 50-50?
For me, the game's all in the midfield.
Here's what I'm saying. Man City are going to win. It's going to be 3-1, okay? Man City I'm 80% confident they're going to win this final. 80% confident. Man City will most likely do the treble. Also, Lukaku might have a master class. Okay? It's like Lukaku, you never know, bro. I'm saying if Meg's in the stands, bro, you never know. It could happen. It could happen, bro.
Well,
oh my God, bro.
I think it was Akil said, like it is going to be the midfield. That's the domination.
Exactly.
Barella's a monster.
But
he's no
in my opinion, like,
bro,
Barella, I rate Barella a lot.
Right. So
if you have
a midfield with Rodri, Stones, and De Bruyne over Barella and Calhanoglu, who are you taking?
No
Wait,
no way.
the
midfield's going to run.
Hold up. City's midfield is a 4-man, so it's Stones, Rodri, De Bruyne, and who's
Bernardo.
Bernardo sometimes plays on the wing.
Wide.
Yeah, no, but he does play in the midfield a good bit.
Well, no, usually the other one.
It's Gundogan.
Yeah, I got Gundogan. Yeah.
Well, so it's a 4-man against Inter's 3, and Lautaro drops into that midfield for Inter many times. So it's going to be like a 4v. Inter have a strong midfield too. But I'm saying this right now: Man City's midfield wipes Inter's midfield. There's
no doubt.
Yeah, definitely.
Calhanoglu can operate so well in Serie A because he has more time on the ball and more space, and then that's the Serie A game. It's more time and space on the ball. The thing with the Prem is it's so fast, physical pressing that De Bruyne, all these dynamic midfielders can thrive in it. I'm saying Man City's midfield are gonna win that battle against Inter's midfield.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Should we move on to the Pokal? Pretty disappointing, but you guys think it's a good time to talk about Frankfurt not releasing Paxton, not even playing him?
To be honest, I didn't watch the game. I didn't even watch the game.
I did.
I didn't watch that
VfB
Pokal game either. I was just too devastated to ever watch another Bundesliga game after Dortmund bottled it.
I'm still mad. I'm still mad about that.
Next
so what
year.
Do you think, Brennan?
I honestly thought it was a pretty even game. Like, obviously, Leipzig are a better team, and I think it did show with their 2 goals. But I think for the most part, it was pretty even. And Colomwani for Frankfurt had a couple of chances that if he had put 1 or 2 of those away, it's a completely different game.
I think he really should have scored at least one, honestly,
I agree.
for a player of his quality. It was
Were
really
you guys
but,
surprised that Paxton
no.
Surprised? I wasn't
any
surprised
minutes?
at the result.
Yeah,
No, I mean
sadly
that
no.
Paxton didn't get any minutes in the final, or
I was.
Yeah, I
was
I
very
was surprised.
I was surprised
Yeah.
mainly because Glasner has been trusting him for the most part
Yeah.
since he's got to the club, and he's usually been getting like 20 to 30 minutes per game. And the fact that they didn't release him for the U20 World Cup should theoretically indicate that they view him as an important part of their team, which is good. But you would think that they would play him when it matters most, when they're trailing in a final.
Yeah, that's a huge development opportunity missed for Paxton.
Yep.
Like, if you're not going to use him, just let him go. Let him develop into a better player.
Yeah, it's a good sign that they held him. I know it's not good for us, but it is a good sign. But like you said, I'm disappointed they didn't give him at least 15 minutes because it was an even game. Like you said, maybe they should have even been ahead. But losing the game, you'd think that they would throw him out. He hasn't looked out of place when he's played. He looks all right.
Yeah, he's been one of their brightest players, and I know a lot of Frankfurt fans have actually been saying he should be starting.
Yeah, I saw that too. I mean, I watched the game. Like Kamada was not having a good game. He was dispossessed. He was slow, and the IG comments underneath the post saying that they lost. They're all like, Kamada I mean, the thing is, Kamada shouldn't have been playing over the youngsters because there are a lot of youngsters in Frankfurt, and there are lots of players on Frankfurt that play over the youngsters, and lots of these comments are saying like, Glasner should be playing youngsters more, which include Paxton, Sal, like Jibril Sal, I think, and a lot of these players.
No, Jibril Sal played the whole game.
Oh, okay, he did.
It's more Abimbe, who they brought on in 87th minute, doesn't really give him time. And
so there are a bunch of those comments, and like I think they're facts. So
I agree.
In my opinion, Kamada should be starting. He's their best creative player.
He should definitely start.
Kamada's their best creative player.
The other thing is his last game for the club. He's leaving now.
Yeah,
he's going to AC Milan probably. So obviously they wanted
Dortmund.
him to go out.
Yeah, dude, he should definitely start, but he shouldn't be playing the whole game considering that he didn't. And Götze and him.
Götze was not good.
Götze was horrible.
Nostalgia.
Like from what I've heard, from what I've heard from Frankfurt fans, he did not have a good game.
No, he had a terrible game.
He didn't.
Slow, super slow on the ball, and I agree with you. Kamada should be starting, but I'll be honest. Like I've watched the last 5 games for Frankfurt, he hasn't looked that good. He looks a little bit interested. I don't know if it's because he's leaving the club, but I don't
think his mind is on there.
Yeah, it's probably like, okay, I'm leaving, and like looking at the game specifically, like I think that Paxton really should have gotten at least 20 minutes. I really do. I know it's biased, perhaps, but Kamada wasn't looking good. Götze, honestly, the guy didn't look like he belonged there. So
they brought on Rafael Perez as well.
What's up, Leo?
What kind of role do you guys see like Paxton Aronson, Paredes, and Caden Clark playing in the next season?
Caden Clark.
For the club?
Caden Clark is a lost cause.
He's finished.
He's going to MLS. I think
Caden Clark needs a loan.
He needs a loan.
But do you think he has like no hope at all for?
No hope, bro.
It's a little early to write him off completely. Obviously, he's so young. But
what about Paxton and Paredes then? What kind of do you think those will be potential starters at the end of next season?
For their
I
clubs,
don't think Paxton would be a starter.
I think Paxton will be a starter because Kamada's leaving, and with a new coach coming in,
they would get a replacement. Ideally.
I don't think that Paxton's going to start right away, but he eventually can carve his spot.
Not right away. Yeah, by the end of the season, I think he'll be starting.
Yeah, that should be his goal, honestly. Get a spot in that starting 11 by the end of the season. And
it's very, very achievable.
Yeah. And Paredes is a super sub already. Yeah, I'll be surprised if he doesn't somehow get into the starting lineup at least 10 games next season. Yeah. I think it's possible. But even though he has had more goal contributions, I think it's more realistic for Paxton to do it than
Yeah.
Braden.
What about Giovanni Reina?
Move.
No, he has to start. If Terzic doesn't start him next season,
I want him.
get out of there.
I want him to stay. I want him to stay.
He needs to stay and fight for his place.
Yeah,
I think it can build character for him.
He deserves a place in that starting lineup.
He does. No, he does. He does for sure.
100%. If he doesn't get that, he seriously needs to consider his future.
Yeah, but there's no reason he should be leaving this summer. I think he needs to stay and try to fight and earn a place. Because we've seen him kind of give up before.
If Terzic picks players based on merit, then I have no idea why Reina does not start. Every minute he's played, he's looked decent.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
somehow their brightest player as well.
Somehow players like Mullen and Brandt start over him.
Well, Mullen's
been pretty good.
Mullen's
been pretty good as well.
Adeyemi is a player.
Mullen's been
Adeyemi's been very good.
Adeyemi's been on and off.
He's a good player.
I'm gonna be honest. Mullen's been better than Adeyemi since 2023 started.
I've rated Adeyemi since his Salzburg days, and I think he had a really good season as well.
No, he did. But the thing is, in that final, I wouldn't be starting him. I will start Royce in that final.
Yeah.
I think Terzic
must have had fitness issues though.
I know, but Royce needs to play that final game, bro. The club legend, he's a leader on the field. He needs to be on that field.
True.
They just have so many players that are better than him now.
What do you guys think of Guerrero playing in that 8 role?
No, the left.
No, I think Guerrero's class. I think he's going to be a huge loss for them next season.
He left though.
Yeah, he's going to be a huge loss.
Yeah.
Who's he going to?
I heard he might be going to Bayern Munich.
Bayern or Atleti?
Bayern?
I don't think it'll be Bayern.
That's so boring.
I heard a rumor that
if he goes to Bayern.
we didn't offer them a contract. So
yeah, I can't believe Dortmund didn't try more.
Yeah.
I think he'll go to Atleti, out of respect for Dortmund.
I hope so. Yeah.
I want to see him in the Prem.
I honestly want my Barca.
Well, you see, guys, the reason I watch Dortmund, and the reason I think Reina doesn't start, and the reason most fans and everybody else doesn't think he starts, is he scores goals, he plays okay, he gets assists, he pops up, but during the game he's not like there. Do you know what I mean?
He zones off a little.
Presence in the game.
He just has his moments.
For the U.S. Under-20 World Cup, like he was always there getting involved. Whereas Reina, he like kind of disappears a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and and he's also a little bit like he looks kind of lazy whenever he's tracking back.
Yeah, it's a work rate issue. Reina has a terrible work rate. So I think it's also his style. He's just nonchalant, like the way that he runs and. No, but yeah.
Which is the problem that he had in the World Cup for USA as well.
No, he's nonchalant on the ball and works a lot of times. That's not the issue. The issue isn't him being nonchalant. The issue is his work off the ball. So Leo said like he goes invisible, and that's true. He does a lot. Some periods of the game he doesn't do anything because his work rate off the ball isn't good. He's not running a lot. He's just kind of walking around, kind of like drifting into places. And that's the thing with him. And I think if he ups his work rate, he'll be definitely starting for like most teams in the world.
He's undeniable.
It's crazy how he can like play like not even that great, but he still manages to get over 10 goals assist in like 600 minutes in the Bundesliga. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. If he works hard on his conditioning and work rate, dude, he's undeniably a starter. There's no reason why he shouldn't start.
Definitely.
His strength too.
The one thing that holds him back is probably just physicality, strength, work rate, conditioning, the injuries. But if he works on that, gets the work rate of like a Prem player with the technical ability that he has and the IQ that he has, he's undeniable. Yeah.
Reina reminds me like of a better version of Kai Havertz.
Yeah, low key,
yeah.
He actually does, because they both disappear in games, and they actually, they do play a very similar role too, where they drop in the pockets and they disappear, and then like bang, he can just score a goal. a very, very important goal.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think they are very similar.
Yeah, but their work rate, both of them, it's not really good.
But the thing is, Havertz in the Bundesliga was way better than Reina in the Bundesliga because Havertz
he got more time.
Havertz
He got way
Havertz
more
was a
time.
starter.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying Havertz in the Bundesliga was like 92% potential talent on FIFA. Like he was really different.
I still don't think we should have paid 70 mil, but I'm happy he got us a goal in the Champions League final.
Yeah.
Like I'm not complaining. We can sell him to Real Madrid for like 40 to 50 mil, 20 mil bonus for that Champions League goal. I do not care. That's reasonable.
20 mil to score a game in the Champions League, bro.
Yeah.
That's worth it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Since we were talking about Gio, should we move on to the next topic of the last match day for Ligue 1, where another one of our star players scored again? It was a really easy tap in goal, but
we take it.
We'll take it.
Bally is my boy since day one. So
nice. That's true. Respect, Leo.
And he always had that talent. He always had that ability off the ball, on the ball, his dribbling ability. He's got a good bit of flair and skill where he can play. He can drift wide. He can play central. He can drop deep. He's just a perfect striker. And I think Americans are only seeing that now because he picked USA.
Yeah.
So that last match day, it was nice to see him get a goal. Did you guys catch any of the other games that were going on? La Liga. I know Q and Brandon watched.
I was watching a lot of La Liga because
Mm-hmm.
obviously La Liga was absolutely crazy this season. You had half of the league fighting for Europe, and then the other half of the league was fighting for relegation.
Yeah, everyone under Sevilla
What
was
happened
fighting
in the
relegation.
La Liga the last game? I didn't even look at all.
Yeah, Valladolid I think got relegated.
Valladolid went down. I was watching Almeria versus Espanyol.
Yeah, I saw the Barca game too.
Is all the Americans staying up?
The Celta de Vigo versus Barca.
all the Americans stay up. Kyle Larin, the Canadian, got relegated for Valladolid.
And Montes got relegated too.
Oh yeah,
That's
the
nice.
Mexican for Espanyol.
Yeah, love to see it.
And
But the thing is,
scored a really nice goal, right?
So
How is Luca De La Torre doing? In the
He was
starting.
He's doing all right.
He did okay, but he got subbed off. He got subbed off at like around the 70th minute, I think.
Yeah, 70.
And then Gabri Vega
carried. Yeah. He kept them up with those goals.
He's so good, man.
Also, Luca, just touching on what Leo asked, Luca hasn't really played the central role that most USMNT fans talk about.
I think he played out wide.
He's been playing mostly.
Exactly.
Outside
more
mid.
as a left mid, not really a winger, just a mid.
Like left outside mid.
Yeah.
Like it's a hybrid formation.
It really is.
Mm-hmm.
It was nice to see Kolyosha got a goal too, but I don't think he's going to pick us. But that was a really nice goal. After you talked about it, Brendan, I looked at it. What a finish. Honestly, that's a really hard goal to score.
I didn't see it.
So he came on in the 64th minute with a 2-2 game. 9 minutes later, he at the right edge of the box, he dribbles past two players and then curls it in from that edge of the box.
And the second player, he was really on him. Like that was a hard player to dribble, and it was so quick feet to get the finish. It was curling. It hits like it gets on by the side net. I think I didn't even think.
Yeah, I think it did hit the side net.
Yeah, really nice goal. But I don't think that kid's gonna pick the U.S. But if he
Probably
does, that's
not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Still good to see.
I don't know if you guys, like you said, the La Liga was so entertaining this season, and Serie A last match day was pretty boring. There was only one game that was exciting. I don't know if you guys saw it. It was La Spezia. They only needed to La Spezia and Verona. They were both fighting for that last spot to stay up in Serie A, and Verona they only needed they lost to Roma. And
to
La Spezia
Milan.
played
AC Milan.
AC Milan. And the La Spezia, they started winning by 1-0, and then they got the last minute goal from Dybala, sent them through a relegation playoff.
Mm-hmm.
So that's heartbreaking.
It was a similar thing in the Milan Hellas Verona game as well, because Rafael Leao, his 2 goals were 85th minute and 92nd. So it was 1-1 for the majority of the game. So really, either way, it could have gone either way. But I think the relegation playoff is going to be really interesting.
It is definitely. I think they both deserve to go down. Honestly, I watched a lot of that. But
bring up Venezia.
No matter what.
Yeah, I'll just hope that Spezia stays up because I don't like Verona. They're big rivals of Venezia. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
I think Spezia will stay up. I think they'll win that game.
Hopefully they do. There are some Venezia fans from Unione. That's the ultras group from Venezia, making the trip to support to try to watch Verona go down. But should we move on to our last topic?
MLS
and CCL.
That's Leo's favorite. MLS, Leo.
Yeah. Well, personally, I don't know anything about the MLS, so I'll just listen. And maybe I will actually start watching it.
You should. It's a very entertaining league.
It is actually really entertaining league. Yeah, it's a really good.
Just watch MLS 360.
It's just the time difference, it's like it's just so fun.
Yeah, the time that's fair because it's at night in America, so it would be around.
It's not like
midnight.
It's not worth it for me, to like consistently watch those games unless it was a huge game or something.
Yeah, you could catch the highlights.
But is there any guys like who to watch out for? A particular
American wise?
No buck. No buck.
Maybe like a particular team, just for the USA players, like
Philly. Yep. Watch the Union. Watch the Union.
I know Philly. I know that. But is there any other ones? Like
I'll watch.
I would say Seattle.
Yeah,
for Obed.
Sanders, Vargas, Baker Whiting. Even Cody Baker as well has been playing a lot.
How's New York City's Gray doing? How's he doing this year?
Tavon Gray?
Well, he got suspended.
He just got suspended for saying something inappropriate.
Oh wow! But I used to watch him. I thought he was pretty decent.
He's really good. He's an
alright player.
He's actually really good. I like him a lot, but
I mean, I can't see him ever making it to the U.S. men's national.
Oh, definitely not. Keaton Parks.
MLS just like that. MLS just does stuff like this. So.
Keaton Parks. Why is he there?
It'll be just
me, in the prelim.
Shea and Austin Trusty probably. They're the two.
Yeah. If I were you, Leo, since you can't watch most games, just watch some Seattle Sounders highlights in Union. Those are the best. Because Obey, dude, he's gonna be special. I don't like Seattle Sounders that much, but Obey's special, and McGlynn, dude, after this U20 World Cup,
I love McGlynn. I always love McGlynn.
Yeah. McGlynn starts every game for us as well. Yeah. So
bro. Quick advice, real quick. It's off topic, but like, if y'all flying anywhere, never get economy, bro. My neck has been like cramped for like 3 days. Like,
dude, I always fly economy because
my neck has like been cramping for it's like tight as hell. Like I'm pushing on it and it's just so tight.
What did you do though? You gotta.
Oh, I slept. Okay, when you sleep, I'm like 6'4". I gotta sleep. I gotta like pull the tray out and like sleep like this on the tray. But like I'm like squished up, so my neck is like bent in a weird way. So like I just slept like that for like 10 hours. I woke up.
I couldn't like a giraffe. He's got a big long neck.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Those neck thingies where you put
the neck pillows.
Yeah, I had them. Yeah. Like it doesn't work because my neck goes. It's like I don't know. It's like weird. I'm like my neck is like I'm too big or too tall or something. But yeah, never go economy. Never go economy. Bro.
The only way to sleep on economy is like if you put your head back.
Yeah, I never use the tray to sleep.
I never sleep.
But I can't. But I can't use. The thing is,
can't do it.
Put the head back because I just like slump over. Like I need like somewhere like secure to sleep. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So anyway,
you need someone to hold your head when you're.
I have a good tip. I've got a good tip for you.
Yeah.
Don't be so broke. You need to get the first class, and you won't have to worry about
it. Oh wow, hey, bro, hire me on your farm, bro.
Maybe.
Dude, it's a good workout, and you just have fun with animals all day.
Yeah, you come over. You got the job.
Bet, bro. Hey, all right. Oh, hold up. Talk about MLS.
Now. No more off topic.
Yeah, talk about MLS. I'm gonna give you like a quick scouting report of MLS Next Pro. These are some of the players I really like. So I actually watched that a lot. It's actually a really
If you
good
mention
league.
Habron as like a top prospect.
Broom, it's a broom.
Habron, my bad.
No, listen. Yeah, listen.
Oh my god.
That's what I'm saying. Okay. I watched it on Apple TV. It's actually a really entertaining league. There's lots of goals a lot of times. There's a bit of trash soccer here and there.
Yeah.
But there's also bits of like genius play. Like it's not like, and they're from like young players too. So here are like some of the players I really like. So Malcolm Fry from Revolution 2. He's like what? I think he's like 6'1". He's 17 right now, but he's fast and can dribble really well. He's like a powerful player at 17. Who else? I'll also go with again Taha Brun. Okay. Now listen, y'all. Okay, Yuri trolls me for this, but I watched Taha Brun. He's actually a really good talent. Okay, he's just a good talent in the league. He's 17 years old. He's a good talent.
What's his best quality?
His ball control, dribbling, and passing, and like he also just pops up and he's got good awareness and good IQ of the field. It's a really good thing about him. Malcolm Fry, powerful, fast, Habrun, and then I'll also go with Christopher Olney Jr. for Philadelphia Union. This kid,
he's a fraud for unfollowing me.
Yeah, Braden, bro, you unfollowed you. Like,
oh my god,
you went Hollywood though. That's the thing.
Yeah, he did. No, I was watching the Union 2 game last night actually, and he was impressive to me.
Yeah, no, he's really good. He's 16 years old, and he has one of the highest ratings in the entire league. He has like 7.9 or something on like Opta, which is a really good statistical website. So
I can't follow these ratings, bro.
No.
Most ratings are questionable.
You watch him and he backs it up. You watch.
I'll see it. What's the name of the app?
FOTMob uses Opta.
Bro, I use FOTMob. They give the crazy ratings.
No, but
they absolutely useless, and it is not reliable. It's crazy.
I know, but it still uses Opta and gives you correct stats.
The stats are correct.
Yeah, it gives you.
But like the ratings are really misleading. Like they're really misleading.
Okay, that's true, but they give you a good feel, and like you watch Olney play, and like he backs it up. So Olney, that's my third guy. Then
wait, but I've got one question, a big question.
Yeah.
All right, so like I used to like play FIFA career mode, and Daniel Leyva, what is he doing now? Because he's on
loan to the Rapids.
He's on loan at Rapids, who are one of the worst teams in MLS. I don't know how he's doing though. He's been okay.
I used to get him up to like
he's had an injury and then like he's fallen off.
So he's not. Yeah. He's just not.
Well, he's getting consistent game time for the Rapids, but I don't know how much weight you can put into that, considering that they're one of the worst teams in the league.
He's not going to be never going to be a USMNT national team there now.
I don't think so.
No.
Very
hard. Which is fine, but it's not nothing bad to be a MLS lifer. But
I like Josh Atencio.
Yeah, Atencio's good.
Atencio's good.
I used to like Keaton Parks back in the. Keaton Parks, I used to like him.
Parks, dude.
Oh my god,
dude, Parks is like a terrible version of Busquets. Like he's slow and tall like Busquets, but he
I used to like him. He kind of looked like me. He's got like a little bent nose, and he has the blonde hair.
Yeah, and he's on the Gold Cup preliminary roster. So clearly, BJ Callahan sees something.
He's not good, bro. I watched New York City.
Park is my man.
Him and Jackson Ewell are gonna light it up at the Gold Cup. You'll see.
Bro, I never want to see Ewell. I never want to see Ewell in a USA team ever again, bro.
Yeah, hopefully he won't.
He's horrible.
I never want to see.
Maybe he can play at like he can play for us at like the Paralympics or something. But
what did Buzio make it?
But Buzio is so lazy, bro. He's a lazy player.
Everyone's saying his shit.
I didn't even know. I was speaking with my cousin. She actually this is actually crazy. Didn't talk to you guys on the chat. 3 nights ago, my cousin met with him at not met with him, but saw him at a club in Venezia. So that's probably what he does.
Damn, your
cousin went down though.
Damn.
What went down? What went down?
She got the bag.
No, just saw him there.
Did she get the number?
Oh.
What?
I don't know. I didn't ask that.
We need to get Busio. We need to all get Busio's number and just harass him.
Dude, there's no.
Dude, I saw McKenny doing this stuff.
Yeah, no.
No.
Bro, he was liking this girl's photos. Like, oh my god, bro. He was liking this
Right.
girl's photos like 20 times.
Yeah.
Guys,
No, but
guys,
he's-
I hope McKenny
and
doesn't
then
see
followed
this,
her.
but I seen it with my own eyes. McKenny
Really?
he's a player because whenever I was in Dusseldorf, there was this girl that was like dying to get McKenny's autograph, and McKenny brought her behind the gate and was like talking to her for like 5 minutes.
McKenny is
lie.
a crazy guy.
Dude, here's the thing. McKenny would get.
I'm sorry if you see this, but I just had to spill it. That is
Dude,
no
but
lie.
Look.
Congratulations.
Hey, look. McKenny, bro, like no weird stuff, but like he was like sexier like 2 years ago. Now he's like fat now, bro. He's gained so much weight.
And you can tell by the way he plays as well. He's out of shape.
Yeah, he's so
Yeah.
out of shape, bro.
Exactly.
Like,
It
come on,
translates
bro.
to the field.
He's nice though.
It
He's,
really
he's
translates
nice.
to the field.
Yeah, just get him a proper coach that just
get
kill
him
him.
like-
And he needs to play in position as well. Playing as a double pivot is not his role at all.
Or
Also,
as a
bro,
winger,
He's
wing back
he's
for
so
Juventus.
unversatile.
Just get him like a Planet Fitness membership or something, bro. Like, this guy needs
For real.
But not trying to sugarcoat, but what Brendan said makes sense because it translates to the field, of course, his physical shape, which is, dude, it's not a pro player. He doesn't look in shape, but he was playing wing back for Juventus, playing double pivot, like, you know.
Yeah.
I'd love to make fun of McKenny, guys, but we do hate him on him too much, saying he's fat. Like the man's not fat.
He's
he is
He's fat. He's fat for a professional footballer. He's fat for.
Bro, he's built like a bowler.
He does run a lot.
Like a bowler.
Part of it is his body type, but for a professional footballer, he's too fat.
Dude,
I'm crying,
strong,
bro.
But that's it. Like he's out of shape, bro.
He
Like,
plays 90 minutes and he runs a lot. He's still the engine of the midfield.
Bro, he barely runs. He like waddles around.
Nah, what are you talking about? That's Adams.
He has good.
No.
Adams does the running for him.
Bro, do you watch him?
Adams has to. McKenny, literally, you see him. He makes runs up and down the field.
Bro, no, he doesn't.
Yeah, but then he gets tired because he doesn't have stamina.
I mean,
he does it for like.
You guys call him fat too much.
He literally, dude, come on.
He does it in moments.
He gained weight
It's
since 2 years ago.
inexcusable.
He was a better.
You can see his runs, but like,
hey, Leo, he was a better player 2 years ago by far, bro. And you look at him now, he's just like fat, bro. Like he gained weight.
Calling him fat. What do you guys be saying about me behind my back?
No, the thing is, you're not a professional footballer. It's not.
You don't play for Champions League clubs. You're not fighting for survival.
Shredded, like have abs and like be ripped. It's McKenny's job to not look like he eats McDonald's every day, bro.
He's turning into Eden Hazard.
Dude, Eden
He's going down that route for sure.
Musa is clear.
Bro.
I love McKenny so much, bro. He's one of my favorite players, bro. Like literally in the entire world, bro. But like, why can't he just get that physique he had when he went to Juventus back? Like that.
He needs to hire someone. I think like a dietitian.
He does. Yeah, it's a mental issue of not.
Bro,
really
it's too much work for them. Like I can't blame him. It's just too much.
Oh come on,
it's a necessary part of his job, though.
Seriously, yeah.
I know,
and you would think that the clubs that he's at would have it as well. You would think that Leeds and Juventus.
It would be a pain. It'd be a pain to handle West.
Bro, it's a pain to watch him look like a Teletubby, bro.
No, it's an obligation for him.
Hate is real for McKenny.
Bro, I love McKenny. That's why I'm roasting him. But like, bro, come on, McKenny, bro.
Hate is crazy.
It's not hate, bro. It's banter, bro.
It's constructive criticism.
Honestly,
This is gonna make McKenny stronger.
Bro, yes, it is. Bro, to make someone stronger, you gotta tell them to their face, bro. You're out of shape. Lose some weight, bro. No sugarcoating this, bro. Come on.
I hope McKenny
sees pro player.
Body shame Western public.
Yeah. I hope McKenny sees this because you've been straight up roasting him for 10 minutes.
All right. Are we moving on?
Let's move on to the final topic.
Yeah, which was the LAFC and Lyon game. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you guys watched it. I did. Thought it was a little bit funny, not gonna lie, but sad as well because
I was watching the NBA.
It was a very
finals.
happy occurrence for me. The one time I will root for anything Mexican over Americans, LAFC. I can't root for that.
I couldn't care to be honest.
I watched the game and LAFC were just lost. They're just completely lost. The beginning of the game was ridiculous.
Did Leo just die?
It's fine. It's fine.
He's DMing
All right.
McKenny saying that we didn't mean that.
He's drinking. Bro, he's drinking Fairlife.
Yeah, man. Gotta drink
No,
some
he's
beer, man.
What is that?
Water.
Water, bro.
In
Nice.
that
Told you
jug?
guys, I'm sober 2 days.
But yeah,
We're so proud of you.
since,
Thank you.
since the
It's good
CONCACAF
stuff.
Champions League final
Back
was
now.
underwhelming, who do you guys think could be the next MLS club to win it after the Sounders, since LAFC couldn't do it?
It's
Union.
hard to say, dude, because every year a new MLS
Bro.
club's like the best in the league. Like Toronto
Yeah.
was like 3 years ago, and now they're terrible. So every year is a new MLS club. So
I think it could be New England.
yeah, I was gonna
Oh.
say Revs. I was gonna say Revs or To be honest, I
St.
was gonna say,
Louis.
huh?
No, I'm just kidding.
Cincinnati.
Oh my god.
No, listen.
Since Nashville, I think.
Listen.
I
I was
don't
gonna,
know.
I hate.
They
it.
need a better team.
I'm a Crew
Nashville
fan,
need a
right?
better
If
team.
they can build a solid team around Mukhtar, they can be really dangerous.
Oh, yeah,
'cause
speaking about
he's,
Mukhtar-
he's so good.
Yeah, could we get Mukhtar for the U.S. men's national team?
I
Yeah,
think
we just got him
realistically we
censorship.
could.
We
I think
could.
I think he's really feeling the American vibe because he was
Yeah.
like one of the Union's newest players, Mikael Uwa, played with Mukhtar at Brøndby in I think Denmark.
Yeah.
And Mukhtar was the one who told him specifically come to the MLS. So he's recruiting players to come to the league. I think
Yeah.
he's down to play for the US.
He doesn't
'Cause
have a
obviously
single. Yeah, he doesn't have a single senior
Germany's never
international
going to call him
captain.
up realistically.
Yeah, never.
Germany's not going to call up someone
Hey,
from
guys.
the MLS.
Do you think we're
Could
going
he
to call
play
him
for
up, though?
Jordan?
Realistically.
Sober life is overrated.
Good.
Back.
Sorry, what
Back
Yuri?
in the bag.
So, do you think that realistically we will call up Mukhtar?
I think we
Yeah.
will because
He's
Because
better
you
than
saw
most
it-
of our players.
yeah, and you saw Julian Gressel for the Vancouver Whitecaps. It was
Exactly.
another German that we naturalized this season. He got his enough time, and we made him into an American citizen and called him up for
Yeah.
a couple of
Also,
friendlies.
Lucho Acosta. I think
Nah,
He
I don't
could be
really
a-
rate him.
he could
I
be.
don't like him.
Nah, I don't
he's-
rate him at all. It's just not. I just don't like him. Same with Aiden Morris. Just get him out.
Bro.
Just get him out.
More-
Like just.
Do you guys
why
do you
are
guys
why are
remember?
we call, these guys are just a waste of time. They're just wasting the time. It's like calling Keaton Parks up a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Did
I'm
he-
gonna be honest. I like Aiden a lot, but he isn't like the guy we should rely on to become.
Yeah.
The next.
He
If he
could
goes
be
to
like a
Canada,
good
it's not a
depth
big
player,
loss.
Gold Cup player.
Yeah.
He's just
Yeah.
pointless. Calling
He
him
would
up, you know
instantly
what I mean?
start for Canada.
It's such a waste of.
They have a
roster.
30.
not
They have a
point- it's not
39-year-old
pointless
starting at them. Like
It
they have a
is- it is still
39-year-old
pointless. We're just
starting
giving the man
for
false
them at
hope.
CDM.
No, he would definitely start for Canada because Canada are like thirsty for our players. Same with Mexico, bro.
Yeah.
Bro,
Bro,
they have
Tesman's
Atiba
better than
Hutchinson
Morris.
starting.
Oh, easily.
Hutchinson,
That's
dude,
better.
Hutchinson
Oh my
is
God,
good, but
bro.
he's also 39 years old. So yeah,
Yeah,
I think he's
This is-
40
this is
now.
my
He's not
shine.
good, though.
Hutchinson's underrated.
he's not good
He's underrated. He's a very underrated.
at the
Cool.
top level. At
You're
like,
flexing the
have you seen him
jersey.
in the World Cup? It was horrible.
Well,
He's
yeah,
also-
World
he's
Cup,
also
he's out of his
37,
depth.
bro.
That's-
But like, no, he's
Yeah.
also 37.
Morris
also,
would instantly start over him.
no, he's been playing for like 20 years. He's a good player, bro. But he's all like,
Yeah,
All right.
it would be
Oh,
a good
hey,
addition
we covered
for him.
a couple
Yeah,
more
I
things
think we
I wanted to
covered
add to my scouting report. So I finished with Olney. I'm gonna add a couple more. So Olney was one, and then I was going to go who's that guy? Oh man, I actually forgot real quick. Oh yeah, Bento Estria or Espria or something for NY Red Bulls. 17-year-old American kid. He's a winger. He's fast, good dribbling. He's really good too.
I never even heard of him.
I watched him. He's pretty decent.
Yeah,
Also,
I
same
might
with,
have to go in a few minutes.
all right.
Yeah, I think we should wrap it up. It's already been
Yeah.
over an hour.
Oh, hey, but one
Yeah.
more. Remember Davi Alexander for New York Red Bulls too. He's a good player too.
I'm gonna forget his name as soon as I hit end record. I'm gonna be honest.
All right, whatever,
Habrun-
fine. Dude,
Well,
4
final
years from now, he'll be good.
Habrun to the Gold Cup. Let's leave on that.
I'm saying,
Habrun-
give him
Habrun
a
to
good-
the-
End it there.
Last thing, just to end this
Habrun to
off.
the
time to
women's
end it.
world.
Bro,
Habrun to the women's
Bro,
World
I'll
Cup.
kill, bro. I'm trying to wrap my boy Habrun, bro. Hey, 3 years from now, bro,
What
Habrun's
about
gonna be in
Alex
Gold Cup.
Sanogo?
Sanogo,
Oh, Malik Sanogo fell off.
What do you say?
Yeah.
Loki isn't doing that good anymore, but
He fell
Bro.
off.
How is he not doing
Better
good?
than
I've seen a post, he's got
Pereira.
like 20 goals.
Better than Jesus.
he got 20 goals. No way.
Alex
Alex
Sanogo got
Sanogo,
20.
yeah,
Got 20 goals for who? Their second team?
Yeah, Union Berlin second team.
Oh yeah, bro. Yeah, I thought you were talking about no.
Yeah.
He's good, but like at the same time, he's not the player we have to rely on.
He hasn't progressed the way we would have hoped that he would.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I
You
guess.
guys, if you guys are gonna stay, I'm sorry I need to leave and like.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah, I think this is a
Yeah,
good
it's been
time.
over
I
an
think this is a
hour,
good
yeah.
time to
I
wrap it
think
up.
it's a
I
good
need
time to
dinner.
end.
I need dinner
Good
too.
discussion.
Yeah.
2
Yeah.
o'clock.
Yeah.
Great discussion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good, really good talk.
We'll be
All right,
back
guys,
on
hey.
Friday, and
Friday
go ahead.
or Wednesday.
Friday for.
I will be here now for like maybe like 2 weeks or a week anyway. But I'll be back after
We'll
that.
talk strictly USMNT related stuff on Friday,
On
right?
Friday.
Yeah.
And I think on Wednesday we're gonna have a quick discussion over the Europa League and the Europa
Yeah.
Conference League
All the
final.
European finals.
True.
All right.
All right.
Good talk.
All right.
And
good
peace.
talk to you guys.
Thanks to
Yep.
anyone who watched
Right, guys.
this
Right, guys.
this
Mhm.
far.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank
Yep.
you guys. Thank you.
Thank you guys. Take care.
USA.